Hello and welcome back to The Note. We've had another day of nervous excitement ahead of next week's meeting of the Federal Reserve. Oil continues to hit new lows. The Brent price dropped below $40 a barrel today. Stock markets were decidedly mixed around the world. The S&P here in the States appeared to be headed for a good day, but gave up most of its gains by the end. But I think the critical forum for today has been foreign exchange, particularly in the emerging markets. What we're looking at here is JP Morgan's Emerging Markets Foreign Exchange Index, which covers 9 major foreign currencies of emerging markets, and it's dropped to a new low since its inception. Critically, it's lower than it was back in September, at a point when the pressure for some emerging market currencies seemed to force the Feds to pass on raising rates. If we take a look particularly at South Africa, where they are in something close to crisis over the decision to remove their finance minister, you can see that this is now a very dramatic new record low for the rand against the dollar, which could create very serious impacts. Perhaps more important for the Fed, however, we need to look at the currencies of America's two neighbours, Canada and Mexico. We don't normally think of those two countries as having much in common beyond their borders with the US, but as you can see, their currencies have been treated by the markets almost as though they're identical for the last 2 years. In the case of the peso, at one point today it was on course for its lowest close against the dollar ever, narrowly avoided that, but it really does have a dilemma. The Mexican central bank will be meeting the day after the Fed on Friday of next week. Everyone assumes, or had assumed, that they would have to follow through with a rate hike to defend their currency. But if we take a look at Mexican inflation now, plainly Mexican inflation is normally regarded as a problem for being too high. Their target is actually 3%. Their inflation is dropping very significantly. It's hard to see, even if the Fed hikes, it's hard to see how Mexico can respond with a hike of its own with inflation falling like that at home. This is only one of many dilemmas we are likely to see around the world if the Fed does raise rates. We have interesting times ahead of us.